stay smart.
So if I'm fat, then deaf, blind, short or tall, then aren't we all?
Today on Latina Voices Smart Talk, Baby J, a Houston rapper with a surprisingly positive message for young people. Latinas Exitosas, or Successful Latinas, Giovanna Wilkinson's rise to success. And a sit-down with the original Latin king of comedy, Paul Rodriguez. Hello, everyone. I'm Minerva Perez, the creator of Latina Voices Smart Talk, a show about universal topics with a Latina perspective. My co-hosts are here with me, Texas super lawyer Sofia Adrogue, and PBS senior producer and anchor, Patricia Gras. Ladies, let's begin with some Smart Talk.
That's right, Smart Talk. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to start with naked. That's right. No, I'm not going naked. It's just a book. The name of the book. Okay, it's okay. And he's just really funny. He's a humorous writer, funny stories, great storyteller, and he's very candid. And in this particular book, he talks about his own homosexuality, his OCD problems, and his mother's death. So there's a little bit of a mix of all kinds of stories. It's very tender, and I really, really enjoy this guy because he makes me laugh, and that's what we need. We need to laugh.
It sounds like a lot of issues.
And he does
fiction, non-fiction. I assume it's non-fiction.
Well, it's both. It's both. But he goes into a nudist camp. So if you really want to read it, read the last chapter. I'm just kidding. It's a great book. Funny.
And I am rereading Eat, Pray, Love because the movie is out, and I love this book by Elizabeth Gilbert.
Yes.
It's just an eye-opening, revealing look at herself,
right,
and how women should probably be doing the same and balancing life and not being intensely possessed by one thing or the other, being a man or being out of love, right, or whatever, or your job killing you, that kind of thing. This woman went through hell. This is a real story. This is, and the movie is obviously based on the book. And I had to reread it because I got to go see the movie.
I think, the Eat, Pray, and Love, I think it's indicative and worthwhile, not just for women, but for men too. I mean, the truth is all of us need to periodically slow down,
and
take a deep breath,
and
enjoy.
I take a vacation
because we don't know.
Everybody should take a vacation.
We don't know what's
year
next.
Off.
Well,
I
I usually follow my homework assignment, i.e. to read a book to be able to discuss on Smart Talk. But to me, the issue, not only the Arizona law, but the whole immigration morass and what's going to happen next. We had economic reform, obviously healthcare reform. When will immigration reform happen? A couple of things on the Arizona law. As many of us know, there was a law put in place, which in essence would allow, once you got stopped, one of the questions that the Arizona police could ask of you is, show the papers to show that you're here legally. Well, what's the problem with that? Many say and cried out, correctly so I surmise, racial profiling. Others said, wait a minute, it's not an issue of racial profiling. We're enforcing the law. You need to be here with papers. As we know, a federal district judge put a hold on many of the most controversial things.
Right.
Okay, so there we are, parts of it in place, many of which are not. There's fear that it'll come to other states
They're
soon.
talking about it here.
But Sheriff Arpaio is still enacting this new law, even though the courts have stopped it.
Well, and obviously it's going to go to the Supreme Court. Things will happen. What I think is interesting, though, and we have to be aware of, what does it say about the United States? What's happening to the point about the melting point? There was a little bit of a scary CNN poll that said 62% used to embrace the whole concept of the melting point. But now, during these arduous economic times, it may be down to 32% that it's a good thing. We just have to be careful.
This country was founded on a melting pot system where everybody came to this country for better opportunities. What's the difference now? That's my question.
If you look at history, immigration history, this happens over and over. Anytime you have an economic meltdown,
absolutely,
the first scapegoats are the immigrants. But, however, I do agree that we can't have illegal immigration. What we need to do is comprehensive immigration reform. But are politicians ready to tell the truth and to actually work on it?
But there has been something in place since 1986. Reagan put it there, but it has not been enacted. I've seen these poor people in line at the ICE office. For years they stand in line trying to get to the door, and the system makes it so hard for that to happen, and now they're being persecuted for even trying.
Well, it's difficult, and the other thing we have to be aware of is the whole issue about the 14th Amendment.
Yes.
Query, what of the issue of that clearly there are women that come with the sole purpose of ensuring that their son or daughter, for a better chance of life, has the luxury of being born in the United States
and becoming an American.
Thus becoming a citizen. And there are issues with that too. There's no easy answers.
Well, but that's
obviously.
what you need, again, that's why you need comprehensive immigration reform, because people wouldn't come here. They would be coming here and then going back if we had sort of a work.
No, and it has to be legal. There's no doubt. Hopefully one day there'll be an answer. So I didn't read my book, but am I off the hook?
No, you're off the hook.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
We're going to be back very soon with Baby J. He is rapping a good message, so stay tuned.
Welcome back. Our newsmaker today is Baby J, a Houston rapper whose message about drugs, woe with a little flow, nonviolence, hate is over, and anti-bullying, don't laugh at me, has won him scores fans-wide. He's keeping it real. Welcome.
And with his popular music, Baby J also has won over educators because his message is one all of us want to hear, which is stay in school.
So please welcome to Latina Voices, Baby J.
That's right.
We're so proud of you and so glad to have you here. Now, you started doing rap at the age of what?
6 years old.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your story.
Well, my story growing up, my parents got divorced when I was like 5 or something like that. At the stage where I started rapping, that's the reason why I started rapping, because, you know, my brother was a rapper growing up, and he was always in the room with the turntables and his people, you know. And it was like, I always wanted to be like him, but then I started realizing as soon as my parents got divorced, you know, they started going towards the wrong route. And I mean, I told myself I didn't want to go down that route because I wanted to make my mom and dad proud. Mm-hmm. So that's why I started writing about, you know, what I was going through. And I made a song called I Need Love because that's what I was going about. And I mean, I was really hurt at the time because I was just a young kid, you know. Sure. And so I was also a dancer, a break dancer too, since the age of 6. And that's how I stayed out of trouble growing up.
But you're sort of in a music genre where there's a lot of negativity. Yet you chose to go positive, even going through what you were going through.
Yes,
why?
Because I mean, I just at the time I was like, I know there's people out there who are going through the same thing I'm going through, or even worse. And I wanted to show the kids that no matter what you're going through in life or any obstacles, that you can still be what you want to be. And I mean, I'm still struggling to be what I want to be, but I mean, I'm not gonna quit.
Good for you. Now, generally, rap music has a bad connotation. When every other lyric rhymes with which, you know, it's got that kind of a reputation. But you chose to spread the message to stay in school.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, how do you do it, and why did you do it?
Why did I do it? Because education to me is the key to success. I really believe in that. Because if you don't got education, I mean, it's really hard to, you know, get a job or have money in your pocket. Right. And so that's why, I mean, I was the first one to graduate from my family. And
from high school?
From high school, yes, ma'am, from high school. And first generation to enter into college also. So no matter what, I'm still showing the kids that even though I'm still a rapper, that I'm still going to school.
So give me an idea, just of the lyrics. You don't have to rap the whole thing, but just tell me what the lyrics say about staying in school.
Like what it says is, you know, just not dropping out. A lot of students, they drop out of there. I drop out of school due to situations and circumstances that happen within school. And so that's what it talks about. Also, you know, respecting your teachers, because that's a big problem. Respecting your teachers and respecting the class, because there's always that class clown in there, you know, it's always acting up. And
respect for your colleagues, because you also have one against anti-bullying.
Yes, ma'am.
You can still be cool and still be well regarded, but you don't have to bully. You don't have to put people down. Put yourself up, but you don't have to put people down along the way.
Exactly.
Tell me about "Don't Laugh at Me," because that's what the song is about.
That's right.
Isn't it? And tell me first of all why you felt that was important. And this is a huge problem with kids your age, bullying.
Yes, ma'am. Well, the song "Don't Laugh at Me," I was bullied as a kid, so I knew how it felt. Whenever they came to a manager to remake the song, because it was a big country hit in 1999, and then I believe that Peter, Paul, and Mary made it again, and so they came to my manager and said, "We want Baby J to sing it." And I can't sing, so I mean, I try in the shower and stuff like that, but I'm unsuccessful. Yeah, but, so I mean, I heard the song. When I heard it, it was like, I heard it and I was like, wow, you know, this is a very touching song. It really got to me. I was like, wow. So my manager said, "You think you can do something with it?" I said, "Yeah." And so since I couldn't sing, I rewrote it along with another artist that I work with, Colorblind. And whenever we wrote it, it was like, man, they fell in love with it. So they're like, wow, it's good. Even though he didn't sing it, he rapped it, but it was really good. And I was proud that they actually accepted it, because it was really hard to go about it. But it's a hard topic. But, you know, plenty of topics that I do are hard, but I still...
I'm not very cool, but I want to know what this means. No, but by the way, your cousin has wings, but I want to know what this means.
Well, I don't know.
He may not even do that. But
No, he does. I've seen it. I saw the video.
I saw the video too, but
I do this. I mean, when I do this,
what this means.
when I'm doing this and I'm performing,
Piece
I
of
mean,
peace?
yeah, that's what I. That's
All right, I like that.
saying. You got it.
Because we were kids. Because you know, I used to go like this, but I'm gonna go
Remember
like
that?
this now. All right.
We used to do that when we were your age.
Yeah.
Peace.
We did this, but we got to change. The generation does it like this now.
Yeah, do it to the side.
And I think it's really important for you to share with us that your brothers are struggling and that you're helping them, that you are a role model for them.
For the older brothers.
Yeah, because tell me what happened with them and how you're trying to help.
Well, I mean, both of them, they've been incarcerated since I was young. I can say that my brothers were in juvenile centers, boot camps, and this was like a very constant thing, you know, but it's just, I guess, a phase that they were going through, because eventually they will open their eyes, I said, you know, and I always prayed for that. I always prayed because I always talked to them, you know, and just told them, you know, why do you do this, you know, because it really hurted me, because they're my brothers, you know, and they're supposed to be there for me, and they're supposed to, you know, talk to me about, you know, if I had an issue with things that was going on in school, I was expecting them, hey, how was your day at school today? But I didn't have that, you know, because I was just a young kid, and couldn't talk to him about that. And I mean, recently before my brother came out, it was very touching, because he's like, you know, I'm willing to do right this time. And he wrote in the letter, I want to spend brother quality time, you know. And it was like, wow, I actually brought tears to my eyes at that moment, because, I mean, I never spent quality time with my brother.
I'll share something that an Argentine poet said. He said, I'll say it in Spanish, que los hermanos sean unidos porque esa es la ley primera. Si entre ellos se pelean, los devoran los de afuera. Brothers should be tight because that is the first law. If they fight amongst each other, the world devours them. It's very important what you're doing, and this is an example for anybody out there who, like you, chose the right road and is now helping those around them, because you're a light.
You're the
light.
angel.
You're
really
the
the angel.
So
have you thought about that?
No, ma'am. I haven't.
But stay in the game, and part of the game is going to school.
Yes, ma'am.
So we commend you and stay with it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Congratulations on everything you've done and everything
We're
you'll
thrilled
do.
that you could come.
Thank you for allowing me to be a part.
Absolutely.
So thank you. And next on Latina Voices, a Latina exitosa, a successful Latina who's done great things.
You're the best.